inside. And so it was good for me somehow. Not because of learning something, because of learning the liberty, because of break out my system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very important for me.
You still have the feeling that you are breaking out, escaping, or do you have this behind you?
Behind me, too strong.
Behind you.
Too strong. I give up.
And you said before, when you are doing these things, you don't know really what you are doing, but afterwards.
Yes.
Is it still true for today, or are you preparing also some process?
Now I do
work?
preparing, because anyway all the artists are they limited by material. When you choose the material, you are already very much defined what you are doing.
That's true.
So when I choose the material, which material should be like my skin, and at the end the paper is like my skin. So I can really this like my skin. So as I choose the paper, so there is not that much big technique, big something. But I like to doing because it's very challenging, because such a limited material, you just little intervention, and then you worked out. So when I see like outside, everything is, the world is perfectly done. They goes well without my intervention. So if I do something, it has to be really little action.
Do you still have to order paper from Asia?
Yes, from Korea.
From Korea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a big amount, or?
Big amount, because when I go to Korea, there is all different kind of rice paper. We call it rice paper. The reality is mulberry, mulberry paper. So there are the big masters. They make a paper. They are especially using some kind of fiber from this the small plant. So there are different density, different of colors on this rice paper. So I choose so many different kind of papers, and I tried with what kind of character. The paper has not that much big character. How they quickly absorb, how they quickly expand with the colors, how they are thick, how they are thin. There are some few characteristics different between these rice papers. Yeah.
And you know that in
I know
front.
this. I know, and I touch
before.
it. Yeah, I touch it. I pass the light. I know what kind of character he has it. So then I choose a kind of little technique. This paper is good for this technique. This is good for that technique.
And what about the colors? Are you preparing yourself the colors?
No, I find out some. Normally there are traditional colors like stick colors or tubes. They already make it. But funny enough, when I do Red Mountain, I tried the different materials. But Winsor and Newton watercolor is the best. So I was very astonished. Even it could work out well, yeah. It's funny, because as I used also this Asian or Japanese watercolor paint, the tubes, but was very good this Winsor and Newton. Yeah.
You are quite successful. When you are doing exhibitions, you always are able to sell some works.
Yeah.
Do you know the collectors?
I know the collectors, but I always astonished when I sell the painting. I am ashamed, and I meet these collectors. Normally, the gallerists whom I work with they are very traditional, not so much this contemporary art scenery. They are traditional galleries, and of course they have a collectors, very old collectors, or we called it some connoisseur collectors.
Yeah.
So I know that my work finish all this. It's
a good sign.
Yeah.
I think it's a good sign.
Yes.
There was an art fair here recently in Frankfurt.